Well, the reason we went down there because Oaxaca has a lot of villages and a lot of people that haven't heard the gospel, minimal churches, unreached areas. So we live in the city, and the purpose of the school is to raise up locals, mostly our youth, like in the 20s and the 30s, and then we go out to the villages and do medical groups and outreaches, or like the festival we just did this past weekend, and try to work with different churches and pastors down there to accomplish that. And our role, we lead our team, we founded the school, and specifically the director of the school.
Did you both always know that you'd be in missions?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
No, not always. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 years after being a Christian, I had an idea that this might be what God was directing us.
When we were in Oaxaca, we found out we were going to have a baby, another baby. And so we just figured we'd have her there because we had just had Elijah there. We knew we were having a girl, and while I was pregnant, some of the ultrasounds were kind of looking like they weren't, like she was going to have some problems. So we did like extra ultrasounds, and in the end, before we gave birth to her, they had just left it at, well, we don't really know exactly what's going to happen to her in the end, or what she'll look like when she's born, or what it will be like. But we just have to do further testing after she's born. And so once she was born, being that we have other children, I could tell that there was something wrong. You know, she was just really irritable, like she wouldn't stop crying. She wouldn't eat, you know, like normal babies will latch on to, you know, for nursing or for a bottle, and she wouldn't latch on to anything. So I had to feed her with a syringe for a few, like 10 days. It was wrong, but it was obvious that there was a problem. This is like one of the biggest things I've had. My biggest fears is to like lose a child. And so I feel like I'm faced with it now. Like I have to trust him. So.
Yeah, just being present with her.
Mm-hmm.
When she's alert. Right now she's not, she's intubated. So they sedate her a lot, and she's like kind of sleep mode. But when she doesn't have the breathing tube on, she's alert just like any other baby. She makes eye contact with you, and just remember she needs hugs, kisses, to be present. She recognizes voices. She, you know, just like she's 1 year old, but she acts like a 2-3 month year old. I mean, the hardest day, I think, was, I don't know if you remember, the day that one of the doctors told us about her brain condition, and she might be severely handicapped, and she might not live long, or giving us the option, if we didn't want to continue, pretty much let her die. You know, so I remember that day vivid. That's before diagnose her with COFS. I mean, either way, we knew it was something severe. So I just remember that day. It was, that was a blow, you know. But like, man, no, for me personally, I just try to remind myself, like, God's good. He's a loving Father, and you know, He's not doing a lot. You know, it's good, and just really trying to trust Him and not let the trial get to us to get bitter against God, or just get bitter. Because I've seen it. Many people, you know, when things don't go their way, you know, even extreme like this, they get upset or bitter. You know, there's the I don't understand and questions, but just going back, I think the scriptures, the truth, like, don't understand His ways, but how His ways are loving, and there's a purpose and for this, and you're going to use Vanessa, you're going to glorify yourself, and just reminding daily, you know, of any bitterness or anger for the difficult of life, you know, not to let it get, I can speak from it, you know, get too personally on a daily basis. So there's sometimes you have to fight to see God's perspective, or try to see God's perspective in it.
And I feel like this is just something that we have to go through, and I'm not angry with him at all about it. It just all comes down to like trusting, you know, trusting that he has something good through it all. And I was just talking to my oldest daughter, Serena, the other day, and just like, this is something that we have to go through, and that knowing that Vanessa will be okay in the end, like she's going to be with him, you know, no matter how much time we have with her, that it's going to be okay, you know, like, yes, it's my worst fear, you know, to lose a child, but I know that I can trust that God's going to work something out good for it, you know, through it all, even though it's not something that I want to go through or want anybody to have to go through. But I definitely, if anything, I feel closer to God and more committed, more just like willing, wanting to keep going forward with him. For me, definitely just remembering God's word and just some of the things that he's spoken to me, like verses.
I don't know how many people praying for us, so that's probably the biggest help, I think. You know, Philippians talks about, and God's peace will surpass our understanding, so I think there's no way probably both of us should be maybe as stable, that's kind of weird to say, in the situation that we are in, with the addition of the kids and being missionaries and everything, without people praying for us. I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's not even us, it's what God's doing through other people praying for us. We probably have thousands upon thousands of people around the world. I can't explain. I think right now everything's unstable, including Vanessa. But I don't feel, I think there's not, the stable one is God. So it's hard to explain. I mean, Vanessa's life, I mean, like she was saying, she can die right now, she can die at any moment, you know. It's hard to explain. So just a lot of instability with everything, you know, but at the same time, there's this stability because of God, you know. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I think God will graciously prepare us if that's the route he takes. So when I go to Oaxaca, I feel like every time I come back, she's going to be back. She's still going to be alive. Like, I just feel like that deal with God, like she's going to be here, she's going to be okay, and you'll graciously prepare us if the end is coming, even though it can happen anytime. It's hard to explain. I could be completely wrong and she can die tonight, you know, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I mean, the only, what I can think of is just like hope, just knowing that our hope is, no matter what happens to her, like she's gonna be okay, she's gonna be with Jesus, and if she's here, then we get to have her, you know.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember ever in our lives being so. I thought it was a step of faith to go on the mission field with two kids and being pregnant, and that was nothing. Makes it real easy compared to now. literally our life is day by day dependent on God. You know, we still are living off support, and there were some challenges with family even on the mission field, but now our support, we have needed to like triple to live. Our family has grown to live in San Diego, to still travel back and forth, so like our expenses has tripled, you know. But God has not let us down in every way financially. I mean, we're still here, things are still growing, our kids are eating, you know, we still have a place right next to the hospital. We have an apartment furnished that we maybe bought like a few things, just the church, the Rock, and friends just giving us extra couch and extra bed, and we got cars we didn't buy here, used cars, you know, like, there's countless stories. It just comes every month. Drive you crazy sometimes. But sometimes I gotta look at them and just enjoy for what you do. For what you do have, you know. Enjoy your kids. You know, this is all worth it. I don't know, what's your perspective and a parent?
How has this experience
Perspective.
changed your perspective of life, you know, being parents?
I mean, it makes you think like it can end for anybody like that. How much we're in God's hands, like literally. You know, sometimes I think I don't want to go there, but it's fear, like what if something was even to happen to the other kids? And it can just happen like that. Just kind of, with Vanessa's situation, you know, how much, we don't realize how much dependent our life is on God's, just God, you know.
Our life is more like intentional and more, you know, just with, you know, being on the mission field and then coming back here and like all this stuff happening, it just feels like sometimes a direct like attack, and so I just feel like we're in a battle and we just have to be serious about it. So it's definitely made my perspective of being more, just being more intentional, like not, well, you know, I can take a break today, you know, well, it's okay, you know, to disconnect from God for this day or whatever, you know. But every day there's a purpose, and I'm not perfect at it. There's some days where I let days go by and I'm just like, you know, it's like I didn't use that day for what I could have, you know, but it's definitely helping me to see more that, you know, how precious life is, like what I was saying with my other kids, like how precious their lives are, and just when I'm with them, to be with them, you know, not like working or, you know, thinking about other things, you know, but trying to just be with them.
Trust on a whole nother level. I mean, we all say we trust God, but I think we have to go through stuff to actually put us in a situation to trust. And I think Vanessa's situation and how her situation has changed our entire life. Our trust is just, our faith has just been tested to the max. Like how much do I really trust God? You know, so for me, that's like and it still is just trusting. You know, like she said, she goes where she does a miracle. It's still an element of trust. Of every finance. I mean, just that God's going to take care of us, and she's going to take care of Vanessa too.
And so I feel like God's just been using it to show me that even if my worst fear were to come true, which it's like right there, you know, and it could come true, and it possibly will, but we just don't know what the timing, like he's still going to take care of us, and that even through all of this, like I'm still okay. You know, it's not like even if he takes her life, like she's gonna be okay with him, you know, and just to not let the things that I do be directed by fear, but being just present with Him and taking steps of faith continuously, whether it's something bad could happen or whatever, just like continuously walking with Him in faith and trusting in Him. So definitely like letting go of fear of things. It's really good.
Even if you don't understand, God's a purpose. And I think a motivation for me is, I think when we're facing the biggest trial is when we have the greatest opportunity to glorify God. So one goal for me and even Naomi is to suffer well. Suffer well, that people see peace, people still see joy, people see strength, and inspire. So we went on the mission field to make a difference, and I think right now God has us in a position to make the greatest difference ever. And it's not so much what we're doing, it's what we're going through. So like I think about the pastor or the students or people that contact us, is always like, can't believe you guys are still holding it together and you're still going on, and the way you're going through it, that is speaking louder, and I'm aware of that. And so for me, it's like, God, please help me not lose it, right? Obviously it's normal, but yeah, just to glorify you. And to me, it's by suffering well, not bitter, not angry, having no fear, having faith in God, not just talking about it, but demonstrating it. The nurses or people in the hospital have told us before, just like, how do you guys do it? Why you guys? Because it seems with the other dynamics too with kids, they don't get it. We get it. I don't get it either. In a sense, it's God, people praying for us. So that's a motivation for me every day. And I say, if you're going through a difficult problem, like, God's comfort is enough, and and seek out to the community that's there, and try to glorify it. There's a purpose. There's always a good purpose with it. With God, you just have to be patient and wait for it.